Mr. Steptoe will be an excellent member of our team.
This team, which you've not yet explained to me.
Oh, we're going to help make babies. I've shocked you.
Making babies in test tubes.
You truly believe you can do that?
We're making the impossible possible. We are. You'll see.
You're aware we will unite the world against us.
What you're doing is disgusting.
Hey, howdy, hey, awesome people of the internet. Wolfman47- here. Now, today is my birthday. Boxing Day is the day that I was born on. It was the day me and my sister were born on. May she rest in peace. And I thought today to talk about a film that I saw recently, which has to do with how I was born. Now, Joy is a film that is basically a docudrama. Not a docudrama, sorry. A historical drama where it's basically talking about something that happened in history, and it's usually, you know how it goes, it usually tries to accurately adapt the events that happened into a film with some things that didn't actually happen, with some dramatic stuff and everything, and usually ending with a sort of thing at the end saying how things have been since the events of the film. So in this film, Joy, it's a Netflix film. It stars Bill Nighy and a few other people that you might recognise, and it's basically how these three people came together to create the whole idea of IVF, in which couples that are trying to have a baby but are not able to have a baby for whatever reason go have this sort of procedure or whatever, and where they get monitored and so forth, have injections and everything, and eventually they do get a baby. It was something that was very frowned upon by lots of different organisations, particularly the church and all sorts of other things as well. But the fact that I'm here living and everything is proof that it did actually work, and does work in the end. Yes, I am an IVF baby. Which to some of you is probably not really all that shocking or whatever, but you know, is what it is. But yeah, I'm an IVF baby. That's all you need to know about that. So, what do I think of the film? In terms of films I've seen where it's based on actual historical events, obviously there's lots that I have seen, and usually it's ones that I've seen that are interesting to me. So, musicians, some funny stuff that's happened in the past, some war epics I like as well, and this one in particular, which is very much just talking about stuff that happened in a sort of period of time in, I think, throughout the sort of 60s and 70s and beyond. And one thing I will say about this film is that the pacing is quite fast. Now, I'm not against films where the pacing is very fast. I'm usually against films where the pacing is very slow. But with this film being quite fast, it did mean that there was a lot of stuff that they could have explained and everything was sort of skipped over and so forth. But I kind of like but after sort of looking into the whole thing, I actually kind of like how the pacing is of this film, because they could spend lots of time going through all the different data and information and so forth, but they don't. They just decide it's a long period of time. Let's just get the main parts there and move on to the next part. Of course, it does feel fast for a little while, and then does sort of slow down at sort of towards the middle part of the film. And because then certain things happen between the three people that come together to create this miracle, as you like to call it. And yeah, some drama that happens between them as well, and all this other stuff. So yeah. I don't really know what else there is to say about this. It's unlikely that it's going to get a big screen release, but I'm kind of glad it is on Netflix, because it does feel like the sort of film that would probably be best suited on a streaming service rather than be on the big screen. Because sometimes with these things that are based on historical events, I don't always know if they're gonna like succeed on the big screen or not. And if they do, great. If they don't, well, at least they tried and all that. So yeah. So if you like films that are about events that you might not be all that familiar with and you want to know more, then do check this film out. as much as I'd like to explain what IVF is, I actually don't know myself for sure what the actual meaning of it is. So if you want to know what it is, give it a Google. I know my friend Clank Soka is often quite clueless on lots of different things, and you will be clueless on this as well for sure. So yeah, if you're watching this, Clank Soka, Google it. I'm not explaining it to you. So yeah. So I think Joy is a good watch. I don't think it's among Bill Nighy's best performances, because Bill Nighy, he's great in everything he does. Even if the film's really bad, he's usually quite great in anything. So yeah. So I'm gonna rather than bang on about this and try and extend this video to 10 minutes long like I usually do, I'm gonna leave it here because there's not really much I can really explain, because it's quite a complicated and complex film to explain, but it's definitely a good one to watch. So, especially if you want to know how, if you're an IVF person yourself, if you want to know how it all happened and everything. So yeah, so I'm gonna give Joy 4 stars. Not a film that I would probably see again, but definitely a film that I feel was necessary to sort of explain to me how my existence happened, because I'm an IVF person, as I said. But this was only because my parents were not able to sort of make me and my sister the sort of usual quote unquote normal way, end quote. But we exist. The research into this has clearly proven to be good. So yeah, it is what it is. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more of my videos. I upload videos at various times daily, the BST/GMT time zone. I usually don't talk about films that are not going to be, in pop culture, but I thought to make an exception today because it's kind of sort of to do about how I exist in the world. But anyway, usually I do vlogs where I talk about things in pop culture, talk about things in life, and do hauls as well, film reviews too. I also do straight up gameplay videos, let's play videos, and shorts celebrating anniversaries and birthdays of people and things that I like. And I also do occasional polls as well. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to share with your pals, do so. If you want to leave a comment, do so. See you in the next one. Peace to you all. And, if you're not in agreement with everything you see and all sort of, and think things should be frowned upon, actually do sort of look into these sorts of things, because, even though things like IVF and people that are not like you are different and everything, we're all still people. We're all still people. We should all be treated fairly and equally, because there's no room for injustice or all this other stuff in the ever-changed world that we live in now. So yeah. And with me being 34 now, I look forward to hopefully a better year, because obviously this past year has been difficult because we've all been trying to adjust to the loss of my sister. But I'm hoping that this next year will be a better year for me. But we'll see. So yeah, all right. Toodles.